Hello there, this is Sarah Estelle and welcome to your Create Your Own Flower Essence experience. I'm absolutely delighted that you are here, so thank you for hearing the call from the Nature Kingdom to begin your journey towards making your very own flower essences. My name is Sarah Estelle Turner and I'm the founder of Essentially Flowers and the Create a Magical Business Empowered Healer programs. I also have my own range of essences called Moon Flower Essences. Now I've got a long experience of making flower essences, and so my wish is to guide you step by step towards making your own. In this video I want to share with you a little bit about what you can expect in your journey, and also some things that you can start thinking about as we wait to begin. So first of all, I'm going to be showing you how to make your own flower essences. Once you know how to do this, you're going to know forever how to do this. So you will be getting access to a series of videos that I've created for you, and you'll be able to download them with some worksheets, and we're going to be taking a journey together via our forum on Facebook, which will be opening on Wednesday, July the 1st. So I encourage you to invest how much people will get involved in doing this kind of thing. I believe that we are moving back towards a time in our lives when co-creating with nature is going to become a skill that we need in order to help ourselves. Now, flower essences don't treat the physical, they treat our emotional health. They, if you like, it's a little bit like healing for the soul. So my first thing that I encourage you to start doing is to really tapping into how you feel, how you really feel. So as the world starts to open up once more, how are you feeling, and what kind of support would you love in order for you to start co-creating a life that you wish to live? So really think about feelings, and we can discuss all of this on our forum once we begin. So we're going to be doing this over the weekend of the 4th and the 5th of July. This is an eclipse weekend. There has been a series of 3 eclipses. They come in families, and this will be the final one of this particular season of eclipses. It's going to be a lunar eclipse, and the actual full moon itself is going to take place in the early hours of Sunday, the 5th of July, European time. So don't worry too much about what that means, and you don't have to make it exactly that time, but we're going to be aiming to work together, so maybe as a group, but individually creating our essences over that weekend. So the first few days we'll be preparing ourselves, and then we'll do some questions and all that kind of thing as we close the energies down. So it's a really, really powerful thing, and my wish is for people all over the world to learn this beautiful skill, and for us to start coming back home into ourselves, starting to learn to trust our intuition, and starting to build a world now that exists with nature, and really nature as full consciousness, because the trees and the flowers all around you can see you, and they can feel you just as you can see and feel them. So nature is really, really happy that you are taking part, and that you're wishing to co-create with them. So the other thing that I wanted to do with you was just to help you get ready, and by sharing with you some of the things that I invite you to start to collect. That's really simple. There's nothing expensive or fancy that you need. So the very first thing you're going to need is your own bowl. As you can see, this is just a simple glass bowl bought in the local supermarket. I can't remember how much it is, like £1-2 or the equivalent in your currency. If you have something bigger or something fancier, that's fine too. Don't worry too much about it at this point, because the process itself will inform you. So you're going to need a little bowl or a bigger bowl. You might already have something in your kitchen, which is fine. Just make sure that you get it super clean, and once you have decided that this is your bowl, dedicate it to the process. So you're going to keep it as your essence bowl. Then you're also going to need so obviously the nature being. So I invite you to start tuning in to which flower or which tree you'd like to co-create with. If you don't get any sort of hit straight away, please don't worry. Just start paying attention to the nature that surrounds you. Very often we don't see the flowers and the trees, just we don't see them, and there's no judgment there. And then all of a sudden we start to notice things that are right underneath our noses. If you happen to live in a big city or in a flat, don't worry, you can also take part beautifully. Plants that live in supermarkets, well, they're not live, but that are sold in supermarkets, or you sitting on your balcony, they're some of the hardiest beings because they're disconnected almost from their nature just by the very being. So you can also work with them. Just because a tree or a flower lives in a city doesn't mean to say it's any less worthy of co-creating with. Just use what you have around you. They're going to be your best allies. You're also going to need some kind of purified water. Please don't use tap water for most part. It will have too many contaminants in it and will not contribute to the energetic vibration that we're looking for. So bottled water, any type will do. Doesn't matter if it's plastic or glass bottle. If you have another way of having water, such as distilled water, that's absolutely fine too. Doesn't need to be complicated. You're also going to need some kind of preservative. Now, in essence making, we usually use brandy. You don't need this amount. I have a lot of it because it's what I do. It's what I create essences. You're going to need a tiny, tiny bit just to make one essence. So don't worry too much about the percentage of the brandy. Traditionally, we use 40% in essence making, but if you can't find 40% or can only find lower, please don't worry about it because it's not so important at this stage. If you prefer to use vodka, that's fine too. If using any kind of alcohol does not feel aligned with you, I completely understand. You can try. You can, of course, make your essences without alcohol, but it may be tricky to preserve them. That's the only reason why we use them. The alcohol is to preserve them, because you will find that over time the water will grow bacteria. If you live in a hot climate, that could happen quite quickly. So just be aware of that. Now, the other thing you're going to need is a bottle. Now, this is, as you can see, an amber bottle. It's 30 mils. It's with a pipette. So if you can find something like that in your pharmacy or online or wherever you go to buy these kinds of things, that will be great. You will need something like this. This is where you will put your essence after it's made. It can be smaller than this. It can be bigger than this. Just know that at this stage, a tiny bottle is going to last you a lifetime, because what we're actually going to do is we're going to make a mother tincture and then dilute it right down for use. It's very safe. There's nothing we can do wrong here at all because we are working with vibrations. So it can be amber, it can be clear, it can be blue, it can be green. The darker colours are often better because they help to keep the light out, which is why we tend to use the darker colours. So at the beginning, all you're going to need is this much brandy for one essence. The other thing that would be useful is some kind of pourer. Don't worry too much about what it is, but it will be helped to pour the essence into the bottle. And then finally, again, these are sort of extra things, some labels, so that you know what it is you've created. So most important things are your bowl and your water and the nature being. After that, we can kind of sort ourselves out. So I invite you to start gathering these things together and just to start looking forward to this process. I'm really, really excited to be teaching this with you and to be guiding you as we go through. So please, please watch out for emails. Everything opens next Wednesday, the 1st of July. Watch out for your emails. All the materials will be housed on this site where you are right now. And yeah, get ready. If you know other people who would like to join in, please share this with them. And let's get as many people as possible creating with nature for a life skill. So again, I'm really looking forward to meeting you, and thank you for being here. Thank you from me and from nature. Bye bye.